your man Jay Graves Report, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Wrap-Up, Week 10. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Wrapping up the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Now, I know you staring at your boy saying, Jay Graves is not in a suit and a bow tie. I didn't go to church today, bro. I was going to be honest with you, bro. I've been lazy today, so this is as casual as you ever going to see Jay Graves. So you might as well pay attention because you'll probably never see it again. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we're going to go out to the Big Ten. We got Penn State went out to Evanston to play number 21 Northwestern. I picked Penn State to win this ball game, but they went dull on me. Lost the ball game 23-21 to Northwestern. Now, Northwestern's field goal kicker, Jake Mitchell, that dog was dull all day. Missed 2 field goals and an extra point. But with 9 seconds left in the ball game, this done hit a 35-yarder to win the ball game. Now, let me ask the question. Who cares who won this ball game? I didn't have no games to put on here. So this is just the one I had to put on. Nobody cares about Northwestern and Penn State. So let's move on to the next ball game. Now, let's go out. We're going out to number 5, Notre Dame. Goes out to Pittsburgh to play the Pittsburgh Panthers. Now, I told you, boys, that Notre Dame was going to beat the brakes off these boys because Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh ain't been worth a quarter. 2 dead flies smashed since Dan Marino left that. What's your boy name? Tony Dorsett. Now, they thought they were going to get a rise in the atmosphere out there. So they brought all the old school cats back. They even had Tony Dorsett out there with some high top shoes on, ready to get in the ball game. It didn't help though, bruh, because you got this cat, Deshaun Kaiser, the Black Dutchman or German, whichever you most comfortable with, went to work on these boys. Deshaun Kaiser went out there, was 19 of 26, 262 yards, 5 touchdowns on these boys. Then, C.J. Precise got hurt early in the ball game with a head, neck, and shoulder injury. They pulled something done out of nowhere. Josh Adams, this boy went out there and had 20 carries, 147 yards. Now, think about it. That's the 3rd team running back. They just keep pulling boys, and they got the 2nd team quarterback. They just keep pulling boys off the bench at Notre Dame, and they going to work. So next week, I look for the Leprechaun to get out there, boy, and go to work on these boys. They gonna put the Leprechaun out there in a brand new uniform, some brand new pointed toe shoes that Doug gonna have on his jock on outside his pants, and they don't even wear jocks no more, bro. I'm telling you, you can't say nothing negative about Notre Dame right now. These boys are rolling. First of all, they only got 1 loss. Guess who they lost to? Clemson. So now, any 1-loss team hollering about they should be in the college football playoff at the end of the season. These boys keep winning. Notre Dame should be there. And they have every right to claim it. I don't care what you say, because Alabama did lose to Ole Miss. Keep that in mind. Even though they went to work, we'll talk about that game later on. So let's move on to the next ball game. Now, let's go out to the Big 12, where it really got real this weekend. We had number 8, TCU, goes out to play number 14, Oklahoma State. Now, here's the deal. Both these teams undefeated. Everybody's talking about how suspect the Big 12 schedule is. Well, it's backloaded. All these boys, Baylor, TCU, Oklahoma State, all these boys got to play each other over the next 3 weeks. So it's all going to work itself out. Oklahoma State beat the brakes of TCU yesterday, 49-29. But here's the problem. They beat the brakes off of them because Trayvon Boykin went to bed on these boys. Look at these numbers here. Trayvon Boykin had 445 yards in the air, 1 touchdown, but he threw 4 dub picks. That was the difference in the ball game. Think about this. TCU beat the brakes off these boys statistically. Look at the stats on this. First downs. TCU had 36 first downs versus 16 at Oklahoma State. They put up 663 yards of total offense versus 456. Time of possession, 37 minutes versus 22 minutes. But the 4 dub picks cost them the ball game. You can't turn the ball over in big ball games. So now TCU is now TCU. They got to put on the doggone, they got to take the watermelon or the pumpkin or whatever you want to call it and take it back to Fort Worth, bro, because your season is over. You not getting into anybody's college football playoffs. Don't start whining at the end of the season because you went dumb on yesterday. Now, let's move on to the next ball game. We got number 16, Florida State, goes down to Death Valley to play number 1, Clemson. Now, I picked Clemson to win this ball game, but I thought that Florida State was going to give these boys problems. I really picked Clemson to win this game because they said Dalvin Cook was not going to play. Then all of a sudden, this dog gets in the game and rushes 21 carries, 194 yards, had me nervous because he wasn't supposed to play. But all of a sudden, Deshaun Watson goes to work on these boys. This cat was 28 of 42, 297 yards, 1 touchdown in the air. Then he had 16 carries and another 107 on the ground. Clemson, at the beginning of the game, Clemson looked like they was getting ready to Clemson-ine on a boy. You know, everybody waiting on him to fall apart. Now, if I would have known Dalvin Cook was going to play, I would have picked Florida State. They had these boys on the ropes at the beginning of the game. But Dabo Swinney got these boys rolling, and I think these boys are the real deal right now. So, look. They come out and win this ball game, but the major difference in this ball game, bruh, Chief Osceola got in a fight with the beer man in the third quarter. Pulled a hamstring. They need him on the kickoff team. That Dunn went out there and pulled a hamstring, wrestling with the Dr. Pepper man and the beer man up in the stand. Come on now. It's your man. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got LSU goes out to Tuscaloosa to play number 4 Alabama. Now, LSU ranked number 2, undefeated. Coming in with Leonard Fournette, the Heisman favorite. This boy been running over everybody. But what did I tell you in the preview? What did I tell you in the preview? I said if Brandon Harris could not throw the ball downfield, they would be in trouble because Alabama has the best front 7 in America. You're not just going to line up and run the football and not be able to spread these boys out and throw the ball downfield. If you can't do that, you in trouble. They held Leonard Fournette to 19 carries, 31 yards for the night, bruh. Why? Because Brandon Harris couldn't throw the football downfield. Think about this. Derrick Henry went out here and went to work, moved himself up in the Heisman running. This cat had 38 carries, 210 yards, bruh, and 3 touchdowns. We don't need to say nothing else, bruh. All we need to do is say Derrick Henry for Heisman Trophy. It's your man Jay Graves Report from TheJayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy.